All right, fans with us today. They are some of the baddest stick shift drivers in the no prep world east of the Mississippi, with one of the sexiest Mustangs out there. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to us from North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, I give to you Robert and Robbie Dollar. How's it going, guys?
Doing good. How are you? Thanks for having us.
Good. Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us here on the E's and B's. It's an honor and pleasure to have you. And of course, how we do it here on the E's and B's, we're going to dive into your life a little bit, your career, find out a little bit about you, ask you some fun questions and a lot of good stuff. Are you guys ready to go?
I'm ready.
Let's start things right on off. Tell my fans and listeners out there, guys, how you got your start in the racing world.
I guess it all started with me. I'll just pretty much have been in it for 20 years now. And of course, you know, we didn't have the social media back in the Fred Flintstone days like we do now. So it's a little harder to get out there and go as farther. But I've had Robbie around it since he was 3 years old, started taking him to the drag strip then. And he just grew up, and we were always there racing, traveling. A lot of the traveling he don't remember. But we traveled for several years, and then we just kind of slowed down a little bit. And he kind of come of age to get his license, and showed a bit. You know, he always showed an interest in cars, but he showed an interest in wanting to actually get on the track and do a little drag racing. And it just, there's the spark just got bigger from there, and this brings us to today, right now.
Nice. So as we kind of talk, the apple does not fall far from the tree. Well, let me ask you guys about this, and I'll start with Robbie. What's your favorite part about racing?
Mainly just the people you meet and the friendships and relationships and memories you get to make with the people that you come across.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things as well. Kind of how it brought us together. You know, we live on opposite sides of the nation here, and you know, it doesn't matter that you guys are that far away. We still have some of the same likes, and some of my favorite things are in the racing community is, you know, some of the family things that, you know, you can come for one weekend to share some of the same memories, but it might only be that one weekend. And yeah, I can agree with you on that. How about you, Robert? What's one of your favorite things about racing?
A lot of people's come and gone over the years, but they're you know, that, like Robbie said, making friends, memories, you know, something you'll always have. And yeah, people, you think, well, you're just friends, but you know, we've got people say, well, you're not just my friend, you're family now. You know, family is not just blood related, I guess you could say. It goes a lot further than that. And I'm just happy with all the people I've met over the years. And a little funny story on that right there is when Robbie got into the racing right there, a lot of people are like, Robbie Dollar, who is this Robbie Dollar guy? And they're like, they'd go to him and say, who's your daddy? And then they'd put one and one together. And they figure it out. So guys I used to race against, he's kind of racing against them now. So, and a lot of them watched him grow up. So
yeah, I gotta agree. That's probably pretty cool to sit there and watch your son coming up doing some of the exact same things that you love doing and still love doing. Let me ask you guys this, and you both can answer it. I'll start with you, Robbie. What's the biggest win to date that comes to mind?
Probably the win at Streetcar Takeover Rock. It was the first real win I had in my heads up class for the 140 mile an hour world racing class. There was 40, 45 cars, and so it was a tough field. And I had to rerun the finals. I think it was like 3 times because I said the starts weren't fair. But so we were back and forth, and finally about the last one, they said it was close enough. And so it was just kind of like that feeling you get, you know, you never really know that feeling until you actually achieve that first win.
Right. I can understand that. That's probably a pretty good feeling in itself. And especially having to, like you said, retry it that many times, you probably were ready to get it over with no matter what. How about you, Robert? What's a big win that's came to your mind to the date?
I wouldn't really, this particular race I had, there was no winner and there was no loser. It was a father versus son. heads up race, and it was a win-win is what I call that right there. There was no losers in that race right there. Me and Robbie got to race each other, and that and right there for me right now takes the cake right now.
Okay, all right. That would probably be my dad's favorite too, of course, if that was how it went down. Let's switch gears a little bit, as we do here on the E's and B's. We like to throw in some other kind of questions, just not obviously what's related to your own topic. We're going to start things off, and I'll ask both of you, and you can answer it either one person or the other. It doesn't matter. If you guys were to be making breakfast tomorrow for any race car driver or celebrity out there, who would you guys be making breakfast for, and what are we having?
That's probably for me.
Who would you make breakfast for? Who would I make breakfast for? Race car driver. Wow. That's a kind of tough one right there. Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. I could agree with that 100%, but I got to know, because somebody else has already had that one on here before, but I got to know this. What are you making Dale Earnhardt?
What am I making Dale Earnhardt? There's definitely going to be sausage and eggs and bacon.
Okay. All right. Good old Southern. I like it. I could agree. I'd love to be a fly on the wall for some of those conversations for sure. All right. How about this one? And Robbie, I want you to answer. If you could have any superpower out there known to man, what would it be and why?
Maybe probably mind reading, that way you pull up into the stage lines and you know what the person you're getting ready to race, what they're thinking, how you can attack them to beat them, but that way you can know how to your attack on them.
I can agree. And I could also stretch it out to this. Hey, you're showing up and you could read these minds and know who don't want to race you and who wouldn't mind racing you. I think that would be a good one to have. Definitely an advantage in that kind of world. How about you, Robert? Any kind of superpower you would like to have?
He's going to have the mind reading. I guess I can't have the same thing. Time traveling.
Okay, there you go. All right.
Yeah, I can time travel a little bit. If we went to a race and I time traveled and seen that he was going to lose the race, I could say, hey, you need to do this so you don't lose.
Okay, I can agree. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a good advantage as well. Definitely have one up on the field. All right, let's switch back to the racing world here just for a second. Got just a few more questions to ask you. And of course, I'll turn the tables over to you guys. Let you guys promote yourself. Let everybody know out there where they can find you at. But before I get to that point, I got to know if there's anybody out there right now that you want to beat. Who is it and why?
I got a couple people. It's nothing hard friendships or anything. It's all friendly.
Yeah,
probably the first one is probably Chris Cook. He's got a target on his back from winning dig or die at the stick shift class. And then probably the guy that eliminated me would be the yellow Trans Am from Hogs. They've got their car figured out. So those two are the standards right now in the stick shift no prep stuff. So if you want to win, you got to beat them.
Absolutely, you want to be the best. You got to beat the best. Most famous saying out there. How about you, Robert? Is there anybody out there that you would like to line up against and beat this upcoming season?
I'm looking at it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Oh, another father-son duo. I can't wait.
Anybody that he lines up against, I'm going to be looking over his shoulder, and if he can't beat him, I would be like to be the one, hey, I got you back. Watch this.
Man, that's how it should be. I love hearing that. That's the great commodity between the father and son. That's what makes a good team, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. All right, just a few more left. Let me ask you guys, what is on the 2022 schedule for the Dollar Team?
Right now, just right now, 18 races.
Nice. That's a full slate right there, folks.
Yeah.
18 races.
18
That's
races.
a lot to deal with.
And looking at it, there will be more traveling. We want to get out a little further this year, get our name out a little further. and just have fun doing it and come home safe. I don't care if we go out and lose every race, as long as we come home safe every time.
Okay. Well, to tell my fans and listeners out there with those 18 races in mind, if you was to tell them there's one race this upcoming season they do not want to miss, which race are you telling them not to miss?
Probably the Digger Die in March, the first opening, and the last one, because that's like the Super Bowl stick shift no prep. So that's where you go through yourself.
I can agree with you. That's one that I think myself I might be trying to make. I got a full slate this year as well, but I got a couple of races that I might be making some surprise appearances to. So you guys might be seeing me coming up this season. With that being said, guys, I got to know this before I let you go. What's your guys' goals for this year coming up?
As far as I know, there's not been a blower stick shift Coyote Mustang like in my body style that's been in the fives blower on like a street a 590 the way that car sets, and be able to drive that car to the track and back home and run a 5-second pass.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's one of my favorite things about your guys' division is a lot of those cars you don't realize that they could drive right down that strip and then head home and just pick up food on the way. That's the best part about it. Well, guys, that's pretty cool. I'm going to turn things over to you, but my last thing I'm going to ask before I let you go here and let you guys promote yourself, when it's all said and done, what do you guys want the Robert and Robbie Dollar legacy to be?
That's for you. What do we want it to be? I've always been big on, you're going to have rivals and stuff like that. But even if you got a rival with somebody, you want to see them do good regardless and just help out whoever needs help. And just I would like for everybody to remember us as, hey, those are the guys that would take their shirt off the back to help you.
Absolutely. I think that's the best way to be. And like you said, that family community that goes on at all them races. It's been an honor and pleasure, having you guys on here and learning a little bit more about you. And I can't wait to catch up with you guys here coming up this spring and summer. But before I get you out of here, can you tell all the fans and listeners where they can find you at? Promote yourself. Table is yours.
It's all you, Robbie.
You're the one with the YouTube.
All right, guys. As far as that goes, we do own a performance shop. It's Carolina Performance and Dyno, located in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. We're on Facebook, Instagram. What else you got on there? That's what just in main two right there. And my YouTube page, I cover a lot of our races and stuff on our YouTube page. The YouTube page channel is the SS Rob, all is one word. And we're working also on merchandise website, getting it put up. We've got it live. We just kind of really haven't turned the switch on yet, so to say, to take online orders. But if you see something you want, you can still contact us via email, and we still get it shipped out to you. And anywhere else? Anything else? But Facebook's the main place, main page to go to get all the information you need and see what we work on and stuff like that. And as far as us as a performance shop, I kind of try to tell everybody, and I don't want people to just look at us and say, hey, that's a performance shop that sits down on a corner. Who are they? We want them to look at us and say, here they come again. There's Carolina Performance at this race again, and have two or three or four or five cars, maybe not at every race, but I don't want people to dread seeing us come, but I want them to see that we're willing to go out and actually put the work in and show that we're not just turning wrenches. We're out there doing it with them and having a good time.
That sounds awesome. Sounds amazing. Guys, like I said, it's been an honor and a pleasure having you on. We'll definitely get you back here, maybe mid-season, touch base, see what's going on. get the word back out there. But like he said, folks, we'll have all the links linked below here on the podcast. Make sure you guys give them a follow. Let them know that Eddie B from the E's and B's sent you. But until next time, it's 2 of the baddest stick shift, no prep drivers east of the Mississippi, Robert and Robbie Dollar. Thanks, guys. Been awesome.
Thank you. See you.
Thank you.